The Seahawks didn't make it easy on the Lady Knights as they showed a lot of fight in the fourth quarter, but the Lady Knights kept composure and pulled out a victory of 68-61. They'll be returning to their home floor later this week when they take on Troy in the second round of CIF playoffs. I'm here with sophomore defensive lineman Ciole Pulu. Can you talk about what's going on this week? Talk about what's it been like in camp this week. What do you see from your returners this year? Super Bowl Sunday, where else we want to be? But then right here in the city of Torrance, obviously we're sporting our navy blue, supporting those LA Rams, and we want to know what the city of Torrance thinks. But first, Danny, something smells good. What you got there? Tonight we're at Wilson Park checking out the Copper Light Adult Hockey League, featuring some of the locals here in Torrance playing the sport that they love. A lot of competition and action takes place in this league, and if you're looking for a new way to stay active this summer, look no further. Danny and I are here at the Lady Knights basketball game, but first we got to catch up with the men who played last night right here on this home floor, defeating St. Anthony by a final score of 59-50, moving to 9-0 in league play and 22-4 in the season. 2017 was a disappointing season for the Spartans, to say the least. But after catching up with Coach Mishler and his players, there's a ton of reasons to be optimistic about 2018. You run the ball, you kick the ball, you receive the ball, and you're playing defense, coming off a 23-0 victory, getting in the win column. Tell me how that feels.
It feels pretty good. You know, according to since of how we played last week, it wasn't a really good turnout, and I think a lot of people and our coaches expected more from us.
John, it's good to see you. Last time I saw you was in high school. Obviously, it's your first full week of pads. Tell me what's going on this week. Tell me about the competition taking place at the quarterback position.
It's a lot of install. It's a lot of learning the plays, getting used to the system.
Danny and I got to visit the Warriors during their first week with pads and football camp. This team has a lot of new, hungry talent, eager for September 1st to get here already. Here's a taste of what you'll see on the next edition of the Sports Desk. Coach Holt, getting into the win column tonight and pitching a shutout. Talk about how your team performed tonight.
Yeah, we were disappointed last week.
Okay. Now, last time I saw you, you actually looked me in the eyes, told me you weren't done after that playoff game against Fullerton. What's been the biggest thing you had to learn at this level from your quarterback coach? How are you improving?
I think just seeing the game faster.
6-point victory at home against Bishop Amat. Can you just talk about your girls' tenacity from the opening whistle?
I think senior night prompted that. I think that we wanted to play well for our seniors and obviously for the great crowd that we had. Our focus this year has been defense, and I think that's where we started today, just getting steals, deflections, and easy buckets.
Okay. You talked about defense. I noticed that one of the main things I saw in the first quarter was you employed the full court press early and then throughout the game. Is that a strategy that you'll use going forward in the postseason as well?
Yeah, I think without giving you too much strategy, I think that's something that we need to work on, is just speeding teams up, using our athleticism in the backcourt, getting easy buckets, easy, steals, deflections, like I said. We will use that moving forward, but as you move along toward the end of, league and into playoffs, teams scout you, and so they know where our flaws are and weaknesses are in our press and our defenses, so we'll tighten things up, but we used it today to kind of practice for the future. The Knights jumped out to an 18-point lead at half due to their defensive pressure, causing 10 steals in the first half alone, capitalizing off each turnover. Bishop remembered it dropped a game to Troy earlier this season and had revenge on their minds. Let's take a look at the highlights. Knights were hot from the opening tip. Kayla Williams before anyone could blink for the first score of the game. Still first quarter, Kylie Pepe with the post moves over two Warriors as the lead jumps to 5. First play of the second quarter, Amaya Trahan picks up another of 10 first half steals and seals the deal with a bucket. Second half, Troy cut into the lead, but more defense from the Knights, steal by Williams, and she hustles it up court to find a cutting Padilla for 2. Padilla invited the Warriors to the block party, and Pepe took the rock coast to coast as the Lady Knights never looked back in this victory. I called up with Kylie Pepe, Kayla Padilla, and head coach Quinn about this game and their pending matchup versus #1 ranked Sierra Canyon. Kylie, big game, second round of playoffs. You guys defeat Troy, get a little bit of revenge. Tell me how it feels to get this victory over a really tough team.
It feels great. They beat us the first time, so it feels really great beating them the second time. They always come with good energy, and we're just really happy and proud that we were able to get the W this time.
We moved the ball around really well, looking for the best open shot. Kylie, again, was a monster in the paint. And we made sure to make it a point to come out strong in the second half. We didn't want to let this one go, being that playoff wins are so important. So we came out with a lot of intensity and made sure to pick it up on the defensive end.
And these next 2 days are going to be huge preparation days for us. They're a great team. I got to see them against Redondo. They are the #1 team. Obviously, they have not lost a game. This is big for us, not only just because it's the #1 team, but it's semifinals. We're trying to get to a championship. We have a goal here. We like to hang banners in this gym. That's our goal. We have to get through the number one. In order to be the best, you have to beat the best. Right now, they are the best, and that's just our goal. We'll come in, put our heads down, work hard, prepare, scout, and give our best effort.
The Knights weathered a second-half surge from Troy to maintain a 14-point lead and defeat the Warriors by a final score of 67-53, anchored by the scoring of Kylie Pepe and Kayla Padilla with 23 points apiece. They'll move on to face Sierra Canyon next in the third round of playoffs. Reporting from Bishop Montgomery High School, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk. Physical fitness is typically at the top of everyone's list each new year. I'm here to remind you to get a head start on your health and build the proper habits during these holidays. If you're unsure of where to start, Torrance Training Lab is right in your backyard, and their functional fitness system is more than just a workout. It will give you the blueprint for better life.
Amazing. I was dreading coming because of the workout. Once you see 100 of each movement, you don't want to be here. But once you're here and you complete it, it makes you feel so good, especially if you finish it.
Feeling good now that it's over. It was a pretty longer workout compared to some of the other ones. It was a partner workout, however I did it by myself because I didn't have a partner. So that helped me mentally kind of push myself to stay with some of the other people that were doing it together. So it was a good kind of mental battle.
Formerly known as Torrance CrossFit, the lab wants you to know their methodology is more than CrossFit training. As a client, you'll meet your lifetime coach, gain proper fundamentals to achieve success, and a 5-step recipe for a great life. This while being around high-character, high-energy people. This house was simply made for everyone. An inspiration to her coach, Janet Chang has been training for the past year and has cerebral palsy. She has called this gym home and described how this fitness system has helped shape her.
Well, I mean, it's more about like the different aspects of it. Like there's strengthening exercises generally. Like it's not necessarily about CrossFit. It's more about like the strengthening and the different movements that can get to the core of, okay, we're going to work this particular muscle, we're going to strengthen this particular muscle. That kind of helps with someone like me who, if I strengthen this particular muscle, that will help with cutting down on the strain of this other particular muscle, which will minimize the pain on my leg or my shoulder or my neck. So that particular type of benefit works for me, and I'm sure it works for many other people. For the general public, it works for general, in terms of weight loss, but it also works for just strengthening, and it definitely helps. I've heard people say that it helps for people who just sitting at day jobs all day. They could just work out and then sit at a day job for a office job for 16 hours, and they still feel fine.
The reason Torrance Training Lab is so revered by many is the community atmosphere within the building. There's no ego in this gym, no pride. Everyone here has the same common goal of pushing each other to their limits every single workout.
In terms of the gym itself, it's a very communal atmosphere. Last night was a big party. You'll probably see the mechanical bull. That's not usually here. But they do a ton of great events. Just to keep it real lighthearted, keep it real friendly and accessible. I know, been to many gyms in my life, and you walk in and it's just a bunch of meatheads, not putting their weights away, and nobody wants to talk to anybody. They all just want to do their reps and move on. This is not like that. It's a big communal, class-oriented atmosphere. Doing the one-on-ones with Jamie, it's an extremely personable experience. We know about her, she knows about us, she knows about our kid, we know about her life and her family and her nieces and nephews, and she's a very open person, and so it's real accessible, real easy, makes you want to push harder to have that kind of community.
I think the camaraderie, it's a big place, as you can see. So we got people from different backgrounds, different work environments, different body compositions, and here it's pretty open. There's no judgment. Everybody come in, work at your own pace, push yourself however much you want. People hang out after class with each other, go have breakfast. This gym likes to celebrate a lot, so there's a lot of celebrations that happen here, and so it's just the camaraderie and family is good.
This is what we're about, guys. We work out hard, but we like to eat and have fun together.
Where'd you get that from?
The community, the people, they make you come. The trainers, the coaches are amazing. They work with you. If you need help after class, they will stay here and help you and work on your movements. just the atmosphere itself. I come because of the people that come here.
One of the reoccurring themes is that everyone had to start somewhere. So there should be no intimidation in getting started. The team at the lab and your peer group are with you every step of the way and celebrating you hit every single goal.
So what we would like everyone to know is if you guys have fitness goals, any kind of health or fitness heading into the new year, we would love to have you here at Torrance Training Lab. It's a fun, friendly, positive environment where everyone encourages each other, and you will get your sweat on and have a lot of fun at the same time.
If you're looking to push the boundaries of your fitness in the new year, look no further than the Torrance Training Lab, where the motto here is better together. Reporting from the Torrance Training Lab, I'm Cedric Weldon for the Sports Desk.